Welcome to tonight's regional news and thanks for joining. We start off by telling you that the United Nations sanctioned regime in Haiti in response to the gang violence and humanitarian crisis should be working by January 2023. The UN resident coordinator for the embattled Caribbean island nation said on Thursday.
This resolution is an initial answer to the calls for help from the Haitian people. They want us to take action against criminal actors, including gangs and their financiers, who have been undermining stability and expanding poverty in their vibrant society. In response, this council sanctioned one of the country's most notorious gang leaders, a gang leader whose actions have directly contributed to the humanitarian crisis that has caused so much pain and suffering.
Ulrika Richardson said the UN Security Council is still discussing possible international intervention in Haiti 2 months after UN Chief Antonio Guterres proposed several countries send in a rapid action strike force. Richardson said people are being confronted with violence on a daily basis in the capital city of Port-au-Prince, saying it can't continue. Haitian gangs have expanded their territory since the 2021 assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. The resulting violence has left much of the country off limits to government and led to routine gun battles with police. Richardson said some 155,000 people had been internally displaced, up to 77% since August, and that the UN was particularly concerned about gangs using sexual violence to keep populations under control. We now turn our attention to Peru. Peru's former president Pedro Castillo faced his first court hearing on Thursday over his arrest on charges of rebellion and conspiracy as his successor issued her first pronouncements from the presidential palace. Castello's swift fall from power on Wednesday came after lawmakers voted overwhelmingly to remove the leader following the failed attempt to rule by decree and dissolve Congress to avoid a third impeachment vote. Castello, a former teacher and union activist who won a narrow victory in 2021, buoyed by poor rural and indigenous voters, was arrested Wednesday on criminal charges of rebellion and conspiracy, according to prosecutors. He simultaneously faced separate corruption allegations. Castello was ordered to be detained for 7 days as the investigation into the charge that he orchestrated a rebellion proceeds. The former president attended the hearing via teleconference from where he is being detained. He was asked if he wanted to address the court, but declined. The 17-month tenure of the 53-year-old Castello was marked by unprecedented turnover among his ministries, as well as multiple corruption scandals, which he dismissed as politically motivated efforts by right-wing members of the opposition-controlled Congress set on undermining his government. Dina Dallart, Castello's vice president, was sworn in as the South American country's new president on Wednesday, making her the 6th president in 5 years and the first woman to lead the nation of some 33 million people. Finally, we take a look at news coming out of Chile. The European Union and Chile struck a partnership on Friday that will liberalize more trade between the two and give EU companies greater access to raw materials to the EU's green transition. The partnership, which includes cooperation on climate change, justice and science, is part of an EU push to forge alliances to respond to the fallout from Russia's invasion of Ukraine and concerns over its economic dependence on China. On raw materials, the agreement means EU companies will be less hindered by Chile's dual pricing system for domestic use or exports and potential export monopolies, while still allowing Chile to promote domestic processing. More than 60% of EU imports are from Chile, the world's largest copper producer. The new trade agreement will extend the existing deal from 2003 that already liberalized trade in some 96% of product lines. With the notable exception of sugar, the new agreement will liberalize the rest. That has brought us to the end of the Friday's edition of the Regional News. I'm Joel Vogt, back to Alethea.